Okay, hi everybody. Okay, so today I'm going to show you how to process the chicken for my boys' raw food diet. I use chicken, but you can use just about any kind of meat that you want to use. The reason I use chicken is because it's the cheapest meat that I can get. I get these big bags here. They are 10-pound bag chicken leg quarters. I get them from Walmart for about, I don't know, $6 or $7 or so. And again, it's 10-pound bags. Now, it does have, this is it cut open. You can see that it's skin, bones, everything in the chicken leg quarters. Now, what I do is I actually use a meat grinder to grind up the chicken. I used to give the boys the chicken pretty much just whole. I would take one of the chicken leg quarters and cut it up into 5 pieces, and that's what they used to get, but they would make such a mess while they're chewing it. It would be flinging vegetables and blood and guts just about everywhere, so it was really a pain to keep their area clean. So we went ahead and bought a meat grinder, and this is what we use now. I have, it's an LEM, and it's a number 22 meat grinder, so it's a pretty badass meat grinder. I call it my bone crusher because it literally crushes bones. So I've already put, there's 10 pounds in here plus 2 from this bag. I do 40 pounds at a time, and it usually lasts my boys about a week and a half to 2 weeks, and that's with them eating 2 meals a day. So I've already put some pieces in my food holder up top, and what I do is, I'll show you, this is a whole chicken leg quarter. There's a bone right here under my thumb that if you pull this part out towards you and push this part down, so like this is a chicken, if you bend it like this bone right in here will kind of dislocate, it'll pop out. And then just take a knife and cut right up. And all that does is it gets this bone right up here to where you can turn it sideways like this instead of it going like this. Because this won't fit in, well, you can't see it right now, but there's a hole in there. This will not fit in the meat grinder hole. So if you just make this bone here go up and down instead of side to side, you can get this whole piece in there in one time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys my meat grinder in action, and I use the standard plate. I think it's the 3/8 inch plate, and here I have my food grade bucket. It says it somewhere. It's on the other side, of course, but I use that to catch my grindings because I grind it all at once. And so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on and show you guys my meat grinder in action. And hang on just a second. Oh, of course, I didn't plug it in. Hang on. Hey. Okay, so now I'm going to turn it on. There we go. And it's not very loud, which is good because I live in an apartment. Okay, so just gonna kind of move some of this around. Now, some of these pieces are still frozen, so I might have to shove them down in there, but usually this will take it right on its own, no problem. Okay, so sometimes you gotta squish the little parts in there. There it goes. Coming right on out. And again, this is bones and skin and ligaments and you name it. Just trying to break that off. This one's still frozen, so I might have some trouble getting it in there. Trying to push it down because the meat's still kind of frozen and it's being a little pain. There we go. And again, the meat grinder, I mean, obviously it makes it into much smaller pieces of meat for them, and they are so much cleaner when they have this kind of meat instead of flinging something like this around their food bowl and you got stuff flying everywhere. Got that little bone sticking out. There we go. There, okay. So I have this one piece left, but this is still really frozen, so I'm going to have to cut it right here to get it to fit in the hole. But again, that was slightly over 10 pounds of chicken that I processed. And it's been, what, maybe a minute and a half, 2 minutes or so. And it probably would have been faster if all of my chicken had been thawed out. But yeah, so this is it. Let me turn off my meat grinder here. Okay, so this is what you get. I mean, you've got cartilage, bones, skin, fat. It's all in there, all the good stuff for them. The blood, of course. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep processing the chicken. Now, if you've watched my videos on the veggies for the raw food diet, you'll know that my Great Dane recently went through an amputation due to osteosarcoma or bone cancer. Now, my vet told me that when they're getting chemotherapy, it actually has the possibility of affecting their white blood cell count, which it affects their immune system, and they recommended that I not feed raw chicken to him while he's doing chemo because it'll increase his risk of infection. And if his white blood cell count is down, he's not going to be able to fight it off. So I actually have to take a couple extra steps for Perzo's food. And part of that is I'm going to grind it once with my regular plate. And then I'm actually going to take Perzo's chicken and I'm going to grind it a second time with this thinner plate. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm actually going to cook his chicken, and I want to make sure that the bones are as tiny as I can get them to keep them from puncturing his stomach or his intestines or anything. Get out of the kitchen, Snoopy. Go. Now, so I'm going to finish processing that chicken, and I'm going to double grind Perzo's chicken. And then once I finish with that, then I'll come back and I'll show you guys how I package up Snoopy's chicken. And then I'll also go ahead and make a video of how I cook Perzo's chicken for anybody out there that has a pet with you know, a weakened immune system, or that's also going through chemotherapy treatments. In case you're wanting to do this but your vet advised against it, this is another alternative that you can do. So I'm going to go ahead and finish the chicken, and then I will see you guys in a little bit.